In this video, we are going to talk about things that you might not know yet and might blow your mind upon watching this. Now sit back and watch. Did you know that? Number 1. Unless food is mixed with saliva, you can't taste it. You cannot taste food unless it is mixed with saliva. The tongue is a muscle with glands, sensory cells, and fatty tissue that helps to moisten food with saliva. You cannot taste food unless it is mixed with saliva. For instance, if salt is placed on a dry tongue, the taste buds will not be able to identify it. As soon as saliva is added, the salt dissolves and the taste sensation takes place. Did you know that? Number 2. Lemons contain more sugar than strawberries. A lemon contains 70% sugar and strawberries contain only 40% of sugar. The reason that the lemon tastes sour even having more sugar than the strawberry is that the lemon contains a high amount of citric acid, usually 3% to 6%, that dominated the sweet taste of the lemon and results in the sour taste. The strawberry has less sugar than lemon, but there is no acid content present in the strawberry, and therefore it tastes sweet. Did you know that? Number 3. Honey is the only natural food which never spoils. Did you know honey is the only natural food which never spoils? Honey is magic. Besides its delicious taste, it's pretty much the only food that does not spoil while in an edible state. A slew of factors, its acidity, its lack of water and the presence of hydrogen peroxide, work in perfect harmony, allowing the sticky treat to last forever. Did you know that? Number 4. M&M's Chocolate stands for the initials for its inventors Mars and Murray. M&M's are colorful button-shaped chocolates, each of which has the letter M printed in lowercase on one side, surrounding a filling which varies depending upon the variety of M&M's. The original candy had a milk chocolate filling which, upon introducing other variations, was branded as the plain variety. Peanut M&M's, which feature a peanut coated in milk chocolate, and finally a candy shell, were the first variation to be introduced, and they remain a regular variety. Numerous other variations have been introduced, some of which are regular widespread varieties such as peanut butter, almond, pretzel, crispy, dark chocolate, and caramel, while others are limited in duration or geographic availability. The candy originated in the United States in 1941, and are sold in over 100 countries since 2003. Did you know that? Number 5. You burn more calories eating celery than it contains. The more you eat, the thinner you become. When we're trying to lose weight, it's very much a numbers game of calories eaten versus calories burned. A great asset in the weight loss battle are so-called negative calorie foods. These are foods that burn more calories than they contain. A recent study confirmed that celery is one of these negative calorie foods. Scientists from University Hospitals Coventry and Warwickshire NHS Trust and the University of Warwick placed Matt Tebbett of Channel 4's Food Unwrapped in a metabolic chamber, which measured the calories ingested and burned while he ate celery in various forms over a period of 12 hours. Did you know that? Number 6. Popcorn was invented by the Aztec Indians. Popcorn was first seen with the Aztecs Indians. Popcorn was important to the Aztecs as food, as decoration for ceremonial headdresses and necklaces, and as ornaments on statues of their gods. Around 1612, French explorers around the Great Lakes met Iroquois who used heated sand in a pottery vessel to make popcorn. There is an unproven theory that an Indian named Quadakina brought a deerskin bag of popped corn for the first Thanksgiving feast on October 15, 1621. In 1948 and 1950, anthropologist Herbert Dick and botanist Earl Smith discovered ears of popcorn in the Bat Cave of west-central New Mexico. The ears measured from smaller than a penny to about 2 inches. They were determined to be about 5,600 years old. During the colonial era, colonial housewives served popcorn with sugar and cream for breakfast. Some colonists used a cylinder of thin sheet iron that revolved on an axle in front of the fireplace to make popped corn. Did you know that number 7? Apples are more effective at waking you up in the morning than coffee, as the old saying goes, an apple a day keeps the doctor away. The fruit is known for its vitamin C, as a good source of fiber, and its legendary powers at sucking up to grade school teachers. But what else can the all-powerful apple do? Is there more to the apple than the old wives' tale is letting on? Absolutely. After decades of using the apple to help kick the flu, the fruit has proved it's more than just health food, it can help keep you awake. That's right, that healthy apple, the same one that you trade for a baguette at Panera Bread, has similar effects to those of coffee. Do apples have caffeine? No. Not even a little bit. Apples, as a pomaceous fruit, do not naturally contain caffeine. They do, however, have about 13 grams of sugar, natural sugar, which is much healthier than the 4 grams of sweetened low mixed into your daily coffee. So despite the high sugar levels, eating an apple is a much healthier alternative to drinking coffee. The sugars are also one of the main reasons apples have similar effects to caffeine. Vitamins from apples, specifically the skin, are released slowly throughout the body, making you feel more awake. There is no jolt of energy, no mood swings, and, most importantly, no crash. The results wear off as gradually as they started. With this argument, though, any healthy snack can help fight sleepiness. Did you know that number 8? Grapes explode when you put them in the microwave. As microwaves enter the grapes, hot spots form at the points where the fruit objects are closest to each other. As the microwaves continue to heat the grapes, the hot spots get even hotter and the electrolytes surrounding them become supercharged, forming plasma, an ionized or electrically charged gas, which bursts in a fireball. This method of producing plasma isn't unique to grapes, and the researchers were able to replicate it in similar-sized fruit as well as water-filled balls. They also found that a physical connection between the objects was unnecessary as the bond was driven by electric charge, they just needed to be close enough together. Did you know that number 9? There is no butter in buttermilk. You might be surprised to learn there is no butter, per se, in buttermilk, and it is lower in fat than sweet milk. Old-fashioned homemade buttermilk is the slightly sour, residual liquid which remains after butter is churned, i.e. milk from the butter or buttermilk. It was usually flecked with tiny spots of sweet, creamy butter that did not quite make it to the top to be skimmed. The flavor of buttermilk is reminiscent of yogurt and most people prefer it well chilled. You will find it to be slightly thicker in texture than regular milk but not as heavy as cream. It takes 1 gallon of milk to yield 1/2 pint of true buttermilk. Nowadays, most commercial buttermilk is made by adding a lactic acid bacteria culture to pasteurized sweet whole milk or, more commonly skim milk or non-fat milk, and it may or may not have added butterflecks. After the addition of the culture, the milk is left to ferment for 12 to 14 hours at a low temperature, optimum 69 degrees F. It is usually labeled cultured buttermilk and may be salted or unsalted. Most commercial varieties are salted, so check the label if you are on a sodium-restricted diet. Did you know that number 10? An egg contains every vitamin except vitamin C. Eggs are one of few foods that naturally contain vitamin D. Eggs also contain choline, which is necessary for healthy cell membranes in the body. Choline stimulates brain development and function and helps preserving memory. Eggs also are good for your eyes because they contain lutein, which helps prevents age-related cataracts and muscular degeneration. In fact, eggs contain more lutein than spinach and other green vegetables. The color of the eggshell is not related to quality, nutrients, flavor, or cooking characteristics. White-shelled eggs are produced by hens with white feathers and white ear lobes. Brown-shelled eggs are produced by hens with red feathers and red ear lobes. Brown egg layers usually are slightly larger and require more food, thus brown eggs usually cost more than white eggs. An egg shell has as many as 17,000 pores over its surface. A whole egg is about 3 tablespoons worth of liquid, the egg yolk measures about 1 tablespoon of liquid. Older hens tend to lay bigger eggs, but double-yolked eggs are produced by younger hens whose egg production cycles are not yet synchronized. There are about 70 calories in an uncooked egg and 77 calories in a cooked egg. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe for more exciting and brainstorming videos. See you on the next video. God bless.